Hey guys, this is part 2 about why I left Japan. As I had discussed in the previous video, I had left because of the awful working circumstances and the cruel and unusual behavior that I and many fellow co-workers were subjected to. In the previous vid, I had left off where I was in the process of quitting Company A and truly believed that the hell I had experienced there was a unique case where I simply got unlucky. Well, today we will explore Company B, and I will explain how it got oddly worse than the previous company. Let's explore. So, between jobs, I had time to reflect, aggressively learn Japanese, and truly enjoy the sights. While it was tough on my bank account not getting paid for almost 3 months, this break was incredible for my mental health. I had made great connections and even met my wife during this time. As my savings dwindled, I faced many sketchy job interviews. Some companies didn't offer pensions or health insurance. Remember, if a company doesn't pay your pension, you'll get a huge bill at the end of your contract. And everyone must have health insurance, public or private. Some companies deny it over minor technicalities, forcing you to opt for more expensive national health insurance. Thankfully, the government is cracking down on this. Finally, I got an offer from a medium-sized company that checked all the right boxes: insurance, salary raises, bonuses, pension, and a competitive salary. I signed the contract. Little did I know, the fine print meant I was signing away my mental well-being and a bit of my soul. So, as I was starting at Company B, I began to notice certain familiar patterns. The management was really nice to me. For the first week, that is. Once the second week came about, surprise, I began to get shouted at. And for really minor things. On the first day, for example, the younger kids wore special lanyards labeled Bus Kid to help drivers identify them after the first class. A senior teacher with over 10 years at the school came in to speed up the class end, handing out lanyards without putting them on the kids. I thought it was fine since he was the senior teacher, full stop. Well, 2 minutes later, I was called into the office and scolded for not properly putting on the lanyards for the children. When I explained the senior teacher had done it, the manager said, "It's still your fault because it was your class." Needless to say, the senior teacher wasn't even spoken to. Unfortunately, these strange nitpickings continued. During my 1-month probationary period meeting, I was told by the main head of foreign staff that people in the office didn't like me because seriously, never said thank you to them whenever they would help me with something. It was at this moment that I realized that this is all bullshit. They are literally making things up to attack me with. So, what did I do? I stopped giving a fuck. This horrible realization that the experiences at the last place have followed me to the new place triggered a fight response, a rush of adrenaline. So I decided to approach it this time radically different. So, what did I do about allegedly not saying thank you to people. Well, just to spite the management, I went to everyone in the office and I politely said to them, "Hey, when you guys help me with something, I'm sorry if I never said thank you." To which literally everyone, Japanese and foreign staff alike, responded by saying, "What are you talking about? Who told you that?" I even said this to co-workers in front of my management and my head of foreign staff, who I realized at this point he was a shachiku. Shachiku meaning company pet in Japanese, and shall be known as the shachiku for the remainder of the story. As I asked this to my co-workers, the management and shachiku would just sit there in silence, looking slightly uncomfortable. So, I told you about my previous company breaking the law with vacation days and forced unpaid makeup work. Well, Company B was a little more honest with vacation time. A little. Although they never liked to give it out, even with requesting it months in advance, which inevitably created this culture of people simply phoning in sick on the days off they wanted. What Company B was really dishonest about was the camps. 3 times a year, we'd be bussed to remote countryside locations for 2 to 3 days. We couldn't go home and were on the clock 24/7 with just a 1-hour break each day. Despite this, we were paid for only 8 hours of work per day. We were crammed into these old dormitories with 10 students, along with 3 to 4 foreign teachers and 2 Japanese teachers. I thought it was insane. Sometimes we wouldn't get any proper sleep. It was very regimented, and we would also be forced to wake up at 7 a.m., where we would have to herd our camp team to breakfast. After the camps, the long bus ride back was a silent, exhausted journey for everyone, even the fanatical management. Everyone would look so dead. It's crazy to think that everyone just went along with it and, despite feeling that something was off, just sorta accepted it. Well, it turns out not everyone accepted it, for there was a hero among the teachers. One who did look into the labor laws in question and decided to call out the management for their corrupt practices. I shall refer to him as Saint Pepsi, a true American hero. Stay tuned for the next video as we explore just how the American ESL Jesus would lead an uprising of disaffected English teachers.